What makes your team tick the way that it ticks, Kevin?
I don't know, man. I think just the culture that we have here in Tennessee, I think we're just blue-collar guys. You know, we obviously don't have all the hype or maybe support of national media, and I think we kind of relish in that, and I think we just go out there and just handle our business. Like our mantra for this year is kind of like, you know, we're not trying to prove anybody wrong or, you know, prove the doubters wrong. We're just trying to prove ourselves right, and we just keep doing what we're doing and just trying to keep stacking wins.
So what do you do right then, Kevin? Other than just put W's, hang that's what I say. Other than hang W's, I'm trying to get into, you know, the philosophy of this team and what makes it work as well as it does. You know.
Well, obviously, you know, we talk about all the injuries and stuff like that. I think I've just seen a stat where, you know, we've had like the most players play for our team in the league this year. Where like 80 guys had suited up for us. We're almost like the NFL record. You know, like I said, the culture that we have here, just a next man up mentality. Like, obviously, Derrick gets hurt, which is, you know, that's our MVP. You know, we feel like, you know, he was the front runner to win the MVP, and he goes down. We bring in AP, and we understand that other guys just got to step up. And I think that's just the way we're built, and that's kind of how we handle things. And we don't do a lot of things to beat ourselves. And, you know, obviously, we've knocked down some pretty good opponents these past few weeks. And just every single week, it's just a new challenge. A new challenge is not like, you know, we get too caught up on one victory. We just keep going and keep rolling. So that's just our mentality.
When did it first, you know, start, I guess, this year? Because we all know, as I mentioned in the introduction to our chat here, Kevin Byard here on the Rich Eisen Show, the misstep, and that might be understating it, against the Arizona Cardinals in Week 1. Was it that overtime comeback W in Seattle? And that long flight home, maybe, that was more celebratory than it looked like it could possibly be in the third quarter or second quarter of that game? Is that it for you?
No, I mean, honestly, that game was obviously a big game on the road in a hostile environment in Seattle, which is a pretty good win for us. But honestly, we go into every single game feel like we can win. We had known the first week was a bad performance on our end on all accounts. But I honestly would say after we lost to the Jets, in our minds, we was pretty sick about it, especially at the end of the game. We feel like we really let one get away from us. And I said it in the media, in the press conference after the game, like, you know, we'll find out what type of team we are after taking a loss to the Jets, a team that we felt like and we knew we should have beat. And I guess we figured that out since then. I mean, we've been able to stack wins since then. And, you know, I think that's just that was like a defining moment early in the year at least to know, hey, we put this stuff on film, we'll get beat by anybody in this league. But we also had other examples that, you know, if we put this stuff on film, we'll beat anybody. And I think we've been doing that a lot more of lately.
Yeah, stacking wins for sure. You haven't lost since that game. 6 straight wins. And the last 5, Bills, Chiefs, Colts, Rams, Saints, they all have one thing in common. They made the playoffs last year. You're beating teams that had significant 2020 seasons and hopes for 2021. Do you think you keep laying down markers here on these teams, Kevin?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we just look at it like it's just the next domino that needs to fall on our schedule. We don't look at it like, you know, obviously we understand teams are great. I think coaches do a great job of getting us prepared as far as with a great game plan, understanding the keys that we're going to have to accomplish to have these victories, because every single game, every single week is different in this league. Teams have different players, different ways they want to beat you, how they're going to attack you. So you have to go into every single game as a separate thing. You know, you have to prepare the same way every single week. Don't get too caught up on, oh, this team has a bad record, this team has a good record. We have to go out there, you know, and try to beat every single team. But, you know, I just think, like I said, man, the way this team is built, man, we're confident. We understand that confidence doesn't breed success or guarantee success, but we also understand that, you know, we feel like we have great players. We might not have the superstars and the, you know, the famous people other than my guy Derrick, but other than that, we just go out there and just try to win ball games. It's not about that. It's about, you know, when your number's called, go out there and make plays.
I think Lawan will be very upset that you don't call him famous, Kevin.
He might.
I mean, you know, he's got his bus without a motor. You know, he and Compton have got the pod. You know what I mean? Like, I think
he hasn't been able to be on there that often, man. He's been on the team, you know, getting wins, and You know, I'm still cool with Will Compton, and
Okay.
I'm kind of jealous. I feel like they need to bring me back on the bus.
Yeah.
They only brought me on the bus one time. I was one of the original interviews too, so
You helped
I had to have a chat with the.
You helped that boss.
Man,
you helped that boss with no motor get off the ground. I know.
Hey man,
Sure.
I'm gonna need some stock. I'm gonna have to holler at Will. We got to negotiate something.
Well, I got Kevin Byard here on the Rich Eisen Show. How much does give me something about Vrabel that he has set the tone as your coach, as the HC of the Tennessee Titans, and having been in there and done that as a player, obviously, and what cachet he brings to the table for you every week.
Well, it's just like you said, the fact that he was obviously a Super Bowl winner as a player, 14-year career. I think that when it comes to players and the coaches' relationship, having a guy that's done it, that's been there, that's been in those meetings, been in the training room, been injured, he's pretty much been through all the stuff that any player can go through. It's so easy to relate. It's so easy to understand and buy into the things that he's saying. But also, I think just him coming up under Bill Belichick with that New England mindset, I think that just kind of it's easy for guys to buy in. And he does a great job every single week. Like I said, he treats every week differently. It's not like, obviously we do have the similar same team messages, right, if it's playing with great effort and all those type of things. But every week is different. He does a great job early in the week just preparing us, getting our minds locked in for each opponent. And this is my opinion, and he might be a little bit mad that I'm going to say this, but I think he should be up for Coach of the Year. Just the job that he's done this year with, like I just mentioned earlier, with the injuries we've had, with all the different moving parts that we've had to keep the team and keeping us all together, keeping us locked in. I think he's got my vote for Coach of the Year for sure.
You know what? And Kevin, we did just last week a mid-season awards. That nobody. It's a fake award, but that's what we do here on a show like this. I had Vrabel as my Coach of the Year. And that's the national media that doesn't pay attention to you and has you on the show. I'm just trying to pump my own self for the Heisman right here, Kevin, with you.
No,
I believe in him.
I'm good, man. You're on to something, man.
I am. And I think he's, it looks like he works himself into drills, though. Does he do that? It looks like he might want to do that. Vrabel.
No, he does, actually. Like, in practice, especially when when Vrabel first got here a few years ago, I think it was like one of the first couple of practices, and he's over there with the defensive lineman with the pad on his chest, and he's doing drills with him. And, guys are hitting him. And he's like, you got to really extend. And I'm like, this dude is crazy. Get his glasses knocked off and everything. But I think it was just one of those things like, man, he's really involved in every single point, like offense, defense, special teams. He's in the drills, doing it with you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's pretty cool in my opinion. So like I said, it's easy to buy into the stuff that he's teaching.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.